Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Straight Fire Picks. Best bets for college football, week 13 on Saturday, November 27th, 2021. My name is Steve. We're going to have three picks here for you today that I think are great value bets for this Saturday college football slate. As always, just want to thank you all for your continued support in the channel. If you are new to the channel here today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We're trying to reach 925 subscribers here by the end of the week. Also, be sure to check out our community Discord page. It's a great place to connect with our community. We'll have a link in the comment section and in the description to that, where you can go check that out. Also, be sure to place your favorite pick down below in the comment section, your favorite pick of the day. If you'd like your pick included in our comment capper section, just be sure to put a star or an asterisk next to your pick, and we'll include it in the video if your pick hits. All right, getting into our results from the previous week. So we went 3-0, got the clean sweep. That's what we like to see. We're 5-1 in our last 2 weeks in college football, so very profitable there. That's what we like to do. We want to get it again today. As far as our results, though, last week we covered on the Nebraska spread. We had Nebraska plus 9.5. We cashed the under there in the Iowa State-Oklahoma game. So that was obviously very good as well. And we also hit the Michigan minus 15.5 spread there versus Maryland. That was a no sweat bet there, obviously, on that one. So very good. We got the 3-0. That's what we like to do. We're 5-1, like I said, in the last 2 weeks. We want to keep it going today. So let's get this 3-0. Let's get right into our picks. At number one, we are going with the Michigan Wolverines plus 7.5 spread here versus Ohio State at minus 110 odds. So yeah, we're running it back here on Michigan. They've been very profitable against the spread this season. One of the best in all of college football. And we're getting positive points here against, obviously, a very good Ohio State team, right? I think this is going to be a great matchup. But the point I would make here is it's going to be close, right? I don't see Ohio State running away with this game and really putting it on Michigan, especially in their house in Ann Arbor. This game's at Michigan, so that's the reason why I really like the Michigan spread here. I think it's going to be close enough to cover the spread. Obviously, Ohio State is very tough offensively. You know, they're first in scoring, first in total offense. They're definitely a scary team. But on the other side, Michigan has a very good defense. They're 9th in total defense. They're 7th in scoring defense, one of the nation's best. Led by Aiden Hutchinson there on the outside, bringing the pressure. They have a very good defense, and they're going to be playing at home. The crowd's going to be psyched, guys. The defense is going to be into the game. It's not going to be just easy for Ohio State to score a lot of points. And we've seen, a lot of Ohio State road games be somewhat close. We saw it a couple weeks ago there with Nebraska. Was able to keep it close there with Ohio State, when they played at home. 26-17 the final in that one. Opening week there against Minnesota, 45-31, but, a relatively close game there. And for Michigan, I think Michigan's better than those teams, obviously. I think this game, honestly, will come down to the last possession, and I think Michigan will honestly have a good shot to win. I don't predict that they're going to win. If I'm predicting a final score, we're going to go 31-27. Ohio State pulls off the win here in Ann Arbor. But like I said, we get a spread cover here with Michigan. So, as far as defensively goes, for Ohio State, they are 17th in scoring defense, 44th in total defense. So, slight edge there for Michigan, you could say, on the defensive side, but still Ohio State very good on that side of the ball as well. Turnover margin, these teams pretty close. Once again, Ohio State 13th in turnover margin, Michigan 21st. And like we said, we got the home field here for Michigan. That's really what I want to hammer home here. This was at Ohio State. I'm taking Ohio State to cover the minus 7.5 for sure. It's just a different feel and a different game when you're talking about being on the road. Ohio State has been so dominant at home. You just don't want to play them there. You don't want to mess with that. As far as Michigan's offense, Michigan's also very good on both sides of the ball as well. We talked about their defense, but how about their offense? 15th in scoring offense, led by Cade McNamara there at quarterback. He's honestly had a pretty solid year. He manages the offense well. He doesn't put up gaudy numbers, but he manages that offense very well, and they really play well behind him. They're 24th in total offense as well, so they're a very solid unit on both sides. And it's funny how even this matchup is when you break it down statistically. They're all pretty close. And honestly, at Michigan, we're going to give the edge here to Michigan, definitely to keep it close, right? So love it there for our number one pick, Michigan Wolverines, plus 7.5 spread here versus Ohio State at minus 110 odds. Okay, and at number two, we're going with the under 51.5 points in the Penn State-Michigan State game at minus 118 odds. So we have one of the better defenses in all the land again in this one. We got Penn State 4th in scoring defense, 27th in total defense. They are very good on that side of the ball. Michigan State is ranked 62nd in scoring defense, so they're not terrible. They've honestly been at the worst here the last couple weeks. So, they're looking to get back on track here, and they're, going up against the Penn State offense. Honestly, that is not very good. I don't trust them to score on anybody, to be honest with you. Penn State 84th in total offense, 81st in scoring offense. They are not very efficient on that side of the ball. Not that they particularly have to be in a lot of games. Their defense can definitely carry them. But you look at Penn State games. Penn State games are 8-1 to this under versus the Power 5. So whenever they play, any type of team in their conference, or an SEC team, any Power 5 team, 8-1 to this under on the season. The only games that went over were against small schools where they were able to hang up a bunch of points on them. But overall, Penn State plays gritty football. They play gritty football games, and we took the under a couple weeks ago there in the Michigan game. We cashed that. So I don't expect this to be a lot different. I mean, Michigan State does have a dynamic offense at times. They could be a little scary, but overall, I think we're going to see a battle. I think this is going to be another, fairly low-scoring game. I could see this game getting into the 40s, though. Somewhere, 27, 21, 28, 21. It could end up being somewhat close, but overall, I love the look here on the under. So, yeah, take it there for your number two pick. Under 51.5 points here in the Penn State-Michigan State game at minus 118 odds. Okay, and finally at number three, we are rolling with the over 49.5 points here in the Oklahoma State game at minus 108 odds. So yeah, guys, the over is hit. This over line is hit in this series between Oklahoma and Oklahoma State, the Bedlam series, in 11 straight. It hasn't missed since 2009. To give you an idea of usually how many points these teams score now. The circumstances a little bit different. These defenses are a lot better than they used to be, no doubt about it. But still coming in, still two pretty solid offenses as well. We got the Oklahoma Sooners 10th in scoring offense. You got Oklahoma State 46th in scoring offense. So they're still both very solid. And to this over at home, Oklahoma State is 4-2 to this over at home in Oklahoma State games. 3-1 versus the Power 5. And for Oklahoma games on the road, they are 3-1 to this over versus the Power 5. So obviously we like seeing that. That's a solid trend. Like I said, we haven't seen an under 49.5 hit since 2009. I had to go back quite a ways there to find that. And obviously, like I said, the defenses are very solid. Oklahoma State ranks 2nd in scoring defense. Oklahoma 52nd. This is just one of those things where, you're looking at it and you're like, man, 49.5 for Oklahoma State. I had to look into it and be like, man, am I being tricked here? But when you look at it, really, it's like there really should be more than 49.5 points in this game. I think, what ends up happening is you see Oklahoma play a team like Baylor a couple weeks ago, and, that under cashes, and Oklahoma's offense was terrible. I don't think they have a repeat performance that bad, for one. I think Oklahoma's definitely going to get their point total into the 20s, and I think that's all it's going to take. Obviously Oklahoma State here comes in as actually the favorite, which is kind of weird. Right now the Oklahoma money line looking like plus 156. Which was surprising. That one jumped at me off the paper. I'm like, wow, Oklahoma's an underdog this week. You don't see that too often. But yeah, I definitely think there'll be some points. Both sides of the ball really have, talent on the offensive side. Caleb Williams, their quarterback there for Oklahoma, leading that offense. I mean, they have had their ups and downs. But definitely think in this game, we're going to still see some points. So I love it there, guys. For our number 3 pick, over 49.5 points in the Oklahoma State game at minus 108 odds. Okay, guys, that's going to do it for our official picks. Did have one other thing I wanted to tell you about for the Saturday slate of college football. If you're looking for a crazy upset line, now this is not an official pick. It's just something you can look at. One that really jumped out at me for a crazy upset was Kansas to beat West Virginia. Plus 490 on the money line. The game is in Kansas. And if you recall, if you've seen Kansas play the last few weeks, they have been extremely competitive. They lost by 3 last week to TCU. Week before that, they beat Texas in Texas 57-56. So, not that I trust Kansas. Can't trust them any farther than you could throw them. That's for sure. If you were looking for a dart throw as far as an upset money line, Kansas for the value is certainly there. We even saw Kansas go toe-to-toe with Oklahoma for much of that game. And West Virginia, okay, so on the other side for West Virginia, not a special team. They're 5-6. They're okay. They're not terrible, but they're not great. They're definitely beatable. So plus 490 against West Virginia. I think I would take a stab at it. It's worth a stab. I'll probably put a sprinkle on it. It's not something you want to throw a ton at, because you can't trust Kansas. They're not a football team you should ever trust, or most of the time ever bet on. But for the value, it is certainly there. So just want to let you know about that. Other than that, that's going to do it for our picks, guys. If you enjoyed the content, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. Like I said, we're trying to reach 925 here by the end of the week. Be sure to check our Discord server as well. It's a great place to connect with our community. Highly encourage that. Check out our website too, straightfirepicks.com. It's a new resource. We're just getting it up and running, but I'm excited about that stuff. Excited about the direction of the channel. Just want to thank you all for your support. You guys have been awesome. Really made this a lot of fun. We're going to continue chugging along. We've had some good success here at the channel lately. Like I said, college football 5-1 the last 2 weeks. So we want to keep that going. We hope we can sweep and make some money. So anyway, good luck in your guys' bets. Have a great rest of your day, and we will catch you next time. Peace out.